Hello and welcome back to another episode of Skyrim Requiem 3BF Tweaks. My name is Syken and today we're continuing Diaries of Death, the story of Hermethius, a Permadeath run where we're playing the paladin Permadeath, who is cleansing Skyrim from the undead scum, and lots of cleansing still remains to be done. Last episode we received the Ghost Blade, an interesting Blade edition, I suppose, for us against normal humanoids, but normal humanoids will not be on the table today. Instead, we are fighting Draugr. Got a dungeon that is not as difficult as the last one. As a matter of fact, we got a few dungeons today just to get warm and in the rhythm of slaying undeads. As preparation, as always, putting up a couple of spells. We're eating a bit of our mammoth steak. And I think we had a potion. Yep, there we go. Gradual health restore. That's exactly what I was looking for. A bit of light, and we should be good to go. Off we go. So, I've picked this dungeon here because it is, relatively speaking, large.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Of course I'm troubled. I'm on the verge of incredible wealth, but my cowardly workforce ran at the first sign of danger. We were excavating this old tomb when we opened a chamber full of corpses. The team took one look, turned tail, and ran.
Well, I know that feeling. Haven't seen any dead bodies before.
Probably not like these. The ones in there are all still walking around. In any case, if I can't get past the creatures in that room, I can't recover the treasure. I need more manpower.
Well, I could help you.
That's not a bad idea. You look like you could handle yourself against these beasts. I'll tell you what, you help me get the treasure, and I'll split it with you. Deal?
That's pretty much a deal.
With my brains and your brawn, that treasure will soon be mine, ours. First, I need you to clear the main chamber of those monstrosities. I'll stay here until you're finished, planning our next move.
Yep, lots of planning needs to be done when one is a coward. Good, so I've chosen a dungeon because it is, relatively speaking, sizable, but it also contains a lot of undead. And they need to be cleansed. Trying to get enough XP, really. Good. That works reasonably well. Also, our mana regeneration still is good. And this is just a warm-up, really. Mission accomplished, but there is a bit more to the ruins than 3 Draugrs. I wouldn't show you that if it would be only for a few Draugrs.
Have you killed them all yet?
Yep.
Then we've no time to lose. Follow me. Don't fall behind.
Is what she's shouting from behind whilst trying to follow me. Having a small glimpse into the dungeon. Alright, come on, open the door. It's not that difficult. This one here is barricaded. It's, I think, the exit. We good?
These doors seem to be the only... There'd better be. There must be a way to activate these doors deeper in the ruins. Here, take this key. It should open the doors on either side of the chamber.
Well, thank you. That's what we were looking for. Good. Time to get both sides unlocked. I think there were two, if my memory serves me well. That's the wrong menu. We wanted shouts, my dude. Okay, there is a bit of a frame rate drop whenever I use the shout, which I really do not appreciate. Don't need an awful lot extra magicka, so the funeral rites for now can wait. Just out of curiosity, I wanted to try the pacify spell. We haven't purified undeads yet. We still have theoretically the purification spell. I haven't showed that off in the past, so might as well do that. Which is this one here. That's the trap chest. Yep. We disarmed ourselves successfully, so. And as always with disarm, the whole weapon category messes up. Mentioned that beforehand. Very unfortunate. Good, should have been a bit more careful with my stamina management there. Good, this guy's just standing there. Doing nothing. Whilst the Draugr shouts. No, did I just... Oh, wow. We disoriented ourselves. Almost went into the Draugrs. Come back, dude. Not going to make any comments about that. Ridiculous. Yet another diso. And apparently every single one of the Draugrs knows to shout. But the purification worked until we attacked the first other Draugr. So it might be an interesting spell. Kind of for a situation where you're trying to multiple, I suppose. Okay, so far so good. Pretty standard stuff here. Plenty of insights, which will be helpful for our further leveling. And plenty of traps. Okay, so far so good. We got all of them. Out of curiosity. Will that here work? Okay, so he's just standing there. It's actually not a bad spell from a crowd control perspective. Allows us to fight multiple Draugrs at once. Or, in this case, just getting one of them down. Yeah, I think I'll use it a bit more often. And with Funeral Rites, we got our Magicka immediately back. It's also one of those spells which does not need to be double cast. And these Stroggers here are still weak enough to be affected by it. Good. Works like a charm. I don't need to get 3 of them behind me, and kite them all the way. I think 1 to 2 could easily be crowd control with Purify. Okay, we gotta move, and we gotta move fast. Unnecessary Sycan. Yeah, except the power attack, which was completely unnecessary to eat. Everything else was easy. Funeral Rites has another nice little side effect. I know the corpses that I've already looted are gone. Alright, off we go. This time we are very much on the other side. Good, this should have opened the door. I forgot, there were 2 sides to it. Here we go. Let's rebuff real quick. Good. I'm hearing a Draugr. Time to dish out some damage. Come on, buddy. Let's tango. Good, that's one down. Once we're at it, might as well. Because that's a shouting Draugr, and I have enough of being disarmed. You can shout me against the wall, I don't mind, but don't disarm me. Okay, we do have a problem, buddy. Alright, bring it on. That's all you got? Okay, they are being absorbed. Okay, that preemptively took care of all of those guys. Now into the actual room and into opening all those levers. I think they should have just gone around the other way here. To be frank, you wouldn't have needed to just stay in here. Nice flawless emerald. That's a good one. Alright, come on. There we go, another shouting Draugr. Oh, of course I didn't move past him. What is that? My weapon animation is stuck? Okay, now I can finally draw them. Oh, I see. He was pacified and walked right into the trap. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's unfortunate because now we're not getting the XP. The idea of the diluted vials that give us the XP on each of the draugrs is they only drop them if you kill them and not traps or NPCs. Yeah, I think we can sell that. Good, almost done with the second part here. That's good. I like how 3BF tweaks really is distributing the wealth amongst many things in the dungeon. It's not just one chest. Nice little dwarven battle axe. Not that we can use it at the moment, but still. For a two-handed axe character, that would be a good find. I noticed our food has run off. And there we go. Finally, all of the doors are open. Yeah. You know, sometimes it's not a good idea to just charge in, right? Specifically not for 16 septons. But it opened a passage of the dungeon that was not available beforehand. Gotta be careful here. That shout really, really hurts. Yeah, we will need to take a bit of toxicity. As long as we can evade the shout, we should be fine. But those frost breath shouts, they have been buffed in 3BF tweaks. And they deal a lot of damage now. Okay. Lesson learned. If we're ever getting hit by it, we better have sufficient mana, magicka, to be able to counter heal. Animal predators might. Well. Oh, look at that. Necklace of Dwindling Fire. That's a great find. Specifically in fire dungeons or against fire mages. That will be helpful. That's 35%. It's not peerless, but it is a good start. Yeah, 35% fire resist. That's a fantastic start. I was hoping for Meridia's Beacon, but that unfortunately didn't come through. Let's backtrack, but before we do, all of that increase, and we're going to the next dungeon afterwards. So we wanted, with a greater insights, we wanted to get restoration finally to 75. That's fine. We need, with the smaller ones, just more skill points and higher levels, so I'm dumping points into enchanting to get a perk. We need magic resistance, so effectively we actually need 2 perks for the alteration tree. And we also need to get alteration to 50. So, enchanting, 25. That's good. And I tell you what, since we're anyways here, might as well get a couple of the other skills to 25. Not that we're going to use these other schools. At least I'm not planning to, but overall they are cheap to level. It only costs 5 points until 25. So that's good. Restoration is at a high enough level. Could try to get one-handed higher. It's definitely an option. Do we have anything else at 50? I mean, we do have heavy armor. I suppose that's another option. Just getting that up. Let me just check the skill trees real quick. Yeah, we don't need that. Could definitely use more attack speed, but I think we're fine for now. Heavy armor on the other hand, we also need blocking. Heavy armor on the other hand, I mean, that would be magic resistance. Quite sizable magic resistance actually. 15% flat for one perk, since we're anyways wearing heavy armor. So might as well go for 75 heavy armor. It will take a while because it gets slower and slower as we go, but we will get there. As for the perk point, it seems that we got another one. Good. We do have 2 perks, and what we can do in order to get more defenses, we could perk into alteration, go here, apprentice alteration, and then straight up 10% magic resistance whilst mage armor is up. Well, it's not a bad trade, and I think we're going to do exactly that. At 50 I think you'll get the second one. We want mage armor and transmute muscle. Both of these are really, really good spells. And we want to... Where do we go? Like here. Mage armor. Transmute muscles. And I think that could remove this group, and we're going... I want to see how good that combination of spells really is. Transmute muscles and mage armor. Good, we can cast both. They're reasonably long buffs. We got almost 1,000 armor, so even with armor penetration, we are capped at the armor rating. And, I mean, look, it is quite good. We do have 31% magic resistance. We could get that to 45%. And with the right shield, we could even get it. The Putema quest line would give us, the one that this character is trying to do, would give us a shield that has a major amount of resist. We're looking at 320 hit points now, which is good, and a lot of magicka. So this character becomes more and more of a tank. Granted, the mage armor, I think, needs to be empowered. It's not running for long enough, so I would need to spend another skill point here. Duration by 125%. So that should be good. Magic resistance part 2 is available at 50, so those are two further two further perks that we could take. That's a solid 20% magic resistance, some extra hit points just for pre-buffing. So I think alteration, at least in the form that we're dipping into it, absolutely makes sense. We still haven't started with destruction. There is an option for it, no doubt. And in terms of the other skills, one-handed would be our main source of damage, so certainly we could raise that a little bit further. Flurry, the forward power attacks, and the weapon specialization at 75 could be 3 perks that are sensible. We have put 0 into blocking so far, so that's another one to 50 after alteration. Simply because 2 points in blocking already make the skill much better. This year would also reduce enemy spells. Regain stamina after blocking an attack would definitely solve our problem with the stamina drain. I am not too keen on bashes at the moment. This here is fantastic. It's absolutely great. What's blocking? Incoming hostile spells and shouts have magnitude reduced. So I think, and this is blocking 60, might have 1, 2, 3, 4 perks into blocking. And that means we really don't have many other perks left over. So until level 30, this character has still a way to go in terms of getting the right perks going. But enough babbling. Let's move to the next dungeon. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves in a little hideout called Hobbs Fall Cave. A necromantic hideout, which contains not only undeads, but also their nasty creators, and I think there might be even more in here than meets the eye, so we're going to investigate. Which is going to be a nice little change of pace. Come on, die. Not all of them will go down that easily, I can promise you that. Specifically, since they can just reanimate the dead over and over. Couple of things. I believe we should get that going, and let's get that going. Wow, that hurts like a lot. Okay, careful here. Was maybe a bit overzealous. Good, once we're in melee combat, things are actually working out reasonably well, but we gotta be careful. This was a good reminder. Mages are not to be trifled with. And frost mages, personally speaking, are my least favorite. They can stun lock you nicely, and you will never get out of it once they freeze you. Wow, holy, they do have good potions, like Remarkables. There's an undead warrior down there. And a mage. Ooh-ha, found me. But unfortunately forgot to put up his mage armor. There was the remarkable potion, by the way. And there is their mage friend. Good. I need to be a bit focused, which is why I'm not commentating as much, but these battles are rather fast-paced. Good. They, of course, drank the potion immediately. Damn it, you made me kill the goat. Nice. Ice sphere staff, that is a good find. Are we overweight? Yes. Good. One of the ice sphere staffs needs to go. Yeah, can't funeral rites the skeleton, unfortunately. There's still a necromancer there. Don't believe that I wouldn't be seeing you. Got that back and that back, and a nice spell tome. I like it. Out of curiosity, we have quite a few spell tomes. Arcane Grasp, Feather Falling is good. Some of them we're not even going to cast, but some others are actually quite good. Sneaky little skeleton. Try to get that extra hit off. The XP in here is fantastic. These guys all drop incredibly good loot. Plus each of the creations seems to drop, yep, even more. Couple of potions. Nice. A restoration book. We could really use that one. Let's get this going. And this. Okay. Ooh. So far so good. Time to disenchant a couple of items, and then also time to get to the final boss room with even more necromancers and hopefully good loot that I will need. We'll take all of that, thank you. Resist magic, fantastic, that's good. Resist shock, that's a good enchantment. I'll leave the rest as is. Not 100% sure if we're going to go into enchanting with this character. We're rather perk starved. But depending on how long Hermethius lives, it might be an option for him to further increase his gear. Alright, one mage should be good. She's out of magicka, but that does not prevent... What is happening? Okay, she seems to be bugged in some shape or form. What is happening? Alright, either she invented world's most powerful regeneration ever, Or she just escaped the physical realm for a second. In either way, quite worrying. Don't need that. Don't need that. But we could use some of this and resist magic. Yes, please. Oh, we've loaded orcish bolts and these guys still hit like a truck. Or rather, they still act as if they would be tanks, and we don't penetrate their armor at all. Stupid regeneration. Last orcish bolt. Come on, Psycho. You can do better than that. He blocked that one. Need to keep my mage armor up. That's the leader. He has strong healing. Our biggest weakness is our lack of burst damage. He just reapplied mage armor. I am careful, guys, because if we get frozen solid, we need a way to avoid that. Resist is almost running off. Come on. Need to at least get one of these guys down. That's the call. But they are running out of magicka and missing most of their spikes. She's just healed herself. I tell you what, we're going to funeral rites her. That way there are less bodies. Never would have guessed that I'm aggressively using that spell. Some more magic resistance. Buffed up. And charge in. Okay. Even though we were heavily buffed, it still took a lot. Another Ice Sphere staff right there. Leaving another one behind. Oh boy, we're again overloaded. Just too much junk that we're carrying around. Okay, now off to the payment reward. First of all, Necklace of Warmth, which I think was a pretty damn good necklace. Hell yeah, frost resistance 50. Thank you, game. That is helpful. Why is that not working? We could bash at it before. Alright, I'll come back for that. Yeah, we can't do expert either. Yeah, let me come back to this cave and open the chest. Okay, we're back. Time to get that add-up chest. And look at that. Hermethius beacon. Finally, it is mine. It is all mine. Blackout, yes. And Pythia's flute.
A new hand touches the beacon. Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple. A darkness that you will destroy. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath. And I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
That very much sounds like a job Hermethius would love to do. Okay, so sold a bunch of shit. I think with the beacon we're pretty much good to go. I will look up what Pythia's flute does. I think that's another quest. But before we end today's episode on a high note, how about we're increasing our skills again with quite a few greater insights there. For starters, I think we wanted to get further with alteration, which is good. We definitely need more heavy armor training. 60, does that already suffice? So this here is 75 to be fair, and this here is 65. So 65 for the next perk to cast higher level spells. and 75 for magical resistance. So 75 it is. Heavy armor, continuing to grind that. Which brings us neatly to 64 heavy armor. We're still halfway on our way. Haven't made a full level, but we're getting there. The next few perk points are potentially going again into restoration, and then the ability to cast restoration spells. We do have definitely options for blocking, since we're heavily using a shield and one hand. That would be good as well. Yeah, and other than that, Hermethius is waiting for the Putima quest line. I definitely do have Meridia now, and then the Unearthed chapter 4 would be another option that we could do in order to upgrade our armor. So stay tuned, we're going to do that in the next episode. Thanks for watching and take care, bye bye.